Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Riva TV. NFL star has a meltdown after wife destroys his life. Women. Let's get straight to it. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Come talk to me. What's going on?
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
All right, come talk to me. Ma'am, stay right there. What's going on tonight?
We're just having an argument
About what?
about our life.
Okay, what happened?
It's our life. It's destroyed.
Okay, what started the argument?
Her inability to solve problems.
Okay,
or
come
address them
over
or
here.
do anything.
Come over here.
That's how I feel sometimes, for sure.
Why?
Because I want to talk to you away from her. I don't want her to start screaming at you and have a whole argument.
It's nothing but an act. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
What is?
Everything she does.
Okay, what did she do tonight?
Everything, dude. I can't. I'm not going to do this because this right here does nothing but fuel her bullshit. I'm not doing this. This is narcissistic behavior. I'm not doing this.
I'm just trying to figure out what the
There's
argument
nothing to do. You shouldn't even be here. Who called you?
Your kids.
Who? What kid?
You have kids? I don't know. Whoever's in the house. So
We've been outside this whole time.
What was the argument about?
Our life. Our life.
Okay,
And it's
so
destroyed.
why is it getting so heated?
Because our life is destroyed.
I really dislike this cop. It's just like this man is having a meltdown right now, and it's just like fucking I don't know, man.
What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next.
Okay.
She's other men. What do you want?
Just calm down.
Calm down, but I don't have a fucking life. And I don't have somebody who won't listen to me.
Calm down.
Oh, calm down.
So let me give you guys a backstory. If you don't know who Kroy Biermann is,
Thank God, because I actually don't know who he is. So it's good for she covers this for me.
I'm sure many of you might know who he is. He is a retired NFL player. He used to play for the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, I did that. I
for
didn't know.
7 or 8 years. He ended up marrying a reality star. Okay, so the woman that he married,
First mistake.
Kim Zolciak, she is a reality star from the Atlanta Housewives. She was on there for a good amount of time. She was, formerly known of being, dating a man who had a whole bunch of like a plethora of wealth. And she ended up meeting Kroy. She kind of changed, her tune. The two of them seemed like they were like the happiest, most lovable couple. They ended up having a good amount of children together. I think they had twins together, plus a son, plus maybe another child. And she had already had 2 children. So
Again, another red flag. A single mother of 2. What are these sports stars doing? Is the Pooh Nanny that great? Is she that gorgeous for you to ignore all of these red flags? I'm confused.
they created this sort of blended family dynamic. And from what it seemed on the outside, it seemed as though they had a pretty healthy, lovable, kind relationship between the two of them. They even had a reality show at one point about their life. And so as of recently, she decided to file for divorce.
Of course.
But the problem is that she had, apparently or allegedly spent all the money. Okay. He could not keep her from spending
all the money? All?
Money that they had. Their house went into foreclosure because of her spending habits. They started to lose some of their assets because of her spending habits. Of course, in turn, the relationship was basically done because of her spending habits. And this is his only marriage. He's there. He's trying to support his family. He has children with her. He's trying to keep his family structure together. As he said, one minute she's filing for divorce. The next minute she's saying that she's reconciling. I believe about like a day or 2 days ago, she came out and basically tried to say that she's pregnant. Like, it's just so much drama, right? In this clip, I feel like we are witnessing what happens when a woman, like we see with Denzel Washington, we've seen him talk about his wife and, his eyes light up and the things that he says about her. He is coming from a stance of when a woman is your best asset.
Yeah.
Right? Denzel Washington. I think Kroy is we're definitely watching unfold what happens when your woman or your spouse is your biggest demise. That's exactly what we're witnessing. We are watching a man who was complete.
Doesn't the bank, or not the bank, the Bible, is it the bank? Doesn't the Bible say it, It's better to live on the corner of a roof than in a room with or in a house with a quarrelsome woman. Like, the Bible knows.
Completely logical, didn't have no issues, wasn't in the media with no drama, never seen him complaining, never seen him even raise his voice on the show, lose his temper. She was the one that was a little, out there, had a temper tantrum problem, would go off on people, was involved in altercations. Like, we saw that of her. We are seeing this man literally unravel.
Yeah.
Based off of the woman who he chose to do life with. Her,
Powerful.
The fact that she changed, she evolved, who she pretended to be at the beginning, she no longer is, her being on his page and being committed to him and being supportive of him. And then all of a sudden changing her tune. He literally screamed at the last part of this video, clearly stating, what am I supposed to do when, the house gone, everything is gone, and I have somebody who does not listen to me? I'm in a relationship with somebody who I'm tied up in finances with, somebody who will not listen to the things that I'm saying, who will not follow my lead.
Not just finances, girl. The kids. The kids is such a big deal, too.
Everything that he worked for, even prior to knowing this woman, is gone.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And there was a lot of people who were saying, he's unhinged. And, if he's doing this in front of a cop, I can only imagine what he's doing. They're not understanding. Like, we're literally seeing this man express himself fully. He's at his wit's end.
Right? She even said it. Like, even when we express our fucking stress and and our what the fuck shit we're going on, they still view it as us fucking being this is how, if he acts this way, we're always some kind of predator. We're always some kind of evil person in everybody's story. Like, fuck this shit.
I can't fathom, the fact that he is coming from a place of he found this woman. She portrayed herself to be a certain way for years.
I still blame him on this. She was on Atlanta Housewives. Really? You thought this was going to make a good wife and mother? You're a fucking idiot.
Not like she portrayed herself to be a certain way for a month, 2 months, 3 months, for years. On the TV show, she portrayed herself to be a certain way. We all saw it.
It doesn't matter. She was on Atlanta Housewives. Any woman on those shows are going to be trouble.
Then after, a certain amount of time, everything starts unraveling. The money gone, all because of, her, again, not listening to him. She spent all the money. It's not even like he lost the money in the divorce. He lost the money before anything was ever happened between the two of them.
Ouch.
Before anything has ever been finalized, he already don't have it. If they go to court right now, he like, what am I even fighting for? Because we don't have nothing. It's heartbreaking. And this is why they always say, your woman, again, can be either your biggest asset or your biggest liability. We are witnessing a woman being the liability. This man is losing his cool. This man look like he don't got nothing to live for while he's screaming at the police officer. He's losing it. If that officer would have said, maybe the wrong thing, he probably would have been locked up.
This is true.
Okay, and he looked like he wouldn't have no problem with that because he'd be away from her. That's how deep it goes. What's sad is that a lot of women, They will have a man who is intentional about them, who is supportive of them, who is, playing his role. He not out here creeping. He ain't cheating. He ain't this. He ain't that. And they will take that man and spin him until he act a fool. Spin him till he start acting crazy. If he don't have multiple women, they will push him until he finds some. Because their dysfunction has to rub off on you, because they can't understand why you're so logical, why you're so quote unquote normal. While you're so stable and they're emotionally unstable, it's not comfortable for them because that's not what they're used to. So instead of rising to the occasion and becoming like you, they try to turn you into them.
Mm-hmm. This is true. Remember, misery loves company, right?
And in my opinion, a lot of these women have no remorse.
That is 100%.
They get you for everything they got, whether they with you or they divorce you and then take it.
And they'll still talk shit on you afterwards too. That's like what remorse is there if you're still talking shit on them?
And then after that, they go and try to move on to the next fool that will believe them for what they portray themselves to be. Mm-hmm. That they can, canoodle themselves up to reap the same benefits over and over and over and over again, if they're lucky enough.
And this is why you have to vet women. You have to look at their past. Look at her past. It says in the future, she will never be a good wife, never be a good mother. Why even bother?
It's distasteful. And it's heartbreaking to see it.
It really is, actually.
Why is it that when women are on the internet crying, oh my God, I'm so heartbroken, men are this and men are that, oh, nobody hugs me, nobody loves me, nobody this, nobody that. Why is it that there's so many people who empathize with those women who do that? They show so much sympathy for the women.
That they do.
But when a man is standing there blatantly explaining all of his emotions, his feelings, he's expressing himself, it's like, oh, something wrong with him. Oh, he crazy. Oh, you see? Yeah, because if he'll do that, why don't we look at...
I love Riva. Like just getting her point of view from other women and how other women speak. Like, I didn't realize that that's how people were viewing him in this particular clip. And it makes sense that women are saying shit like this.
At cause and effect. Why do we only look at cause and effect when it's a woman who we think is a victim?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we ever look at like, this man never acted like this before?
Nope.
Why is he acting like this? We should listen to what he's saying. He's being very clear about the things that he's saying. He's being very clear in saying that this is her that's to blame. He's being very clear on saying that she's the one who did this and did that. And then we wonder why men are so hesitant on getting married. On why men have to watch you. That's why when people talk about if a man don't marry you in 3 months and 6 months, he don't want you. You need to move on to somebody who really want to be with you. No, I don't want to be with nobody who's frightened to get married. And when I say frightened, I mean overly excited and running. Oh yeah, let's hurry up and get married. I see exactly what I want. I'm intentional about you. No, I need you to know me. Yeah. Who I really am. Not the facade of what you think it could be. Not the picture of what's painted. I need you to know the person that you're dealing with. That's why when, I have some women in my DMs, I've been with this man for like 2 years and people are saying that he don't this and da da da. But, I do have some stuff to work on. That's what he's watching. He's watching you for that. He wants to see if those are things that are going to be able to make or break the relationship. He wants to know if these are certain traits that you are growing out of, that you are maturing out of, that you're working on, that you're working towards fixing or becoming the best version of yourself, or if these are things that you're going to keep with you through the long haul. That's what he want to see. He watching you. He want to see what you're made of.
And she's right. This is exactly how I treat women. Yeah, I'll give you some time. I'll give you some effort. But it's just me kind of spying on you and seeing if you're going to fix some of those issues. Or are you willing to fix those issues? Or do you even know those are issues? I shouldn't have to tell you to fix yourself. You should know on your own.
For real. It's not about how cute you are. It's not about, no. How you act when I say no.
Yeah.
How do you act when you don't get your way? How do you act when the odds are against you? How do you act when you're completely stressed out? How do you move? Who are you for real?
This is my suggestion. I've said it before. 2 to 3 years to vet someone, guys. 2 to 3 years. I know Kevin Samuels always pointing like, oh, you find someone, it only takes like a month or a year or 6 months to a year. No. You have to vet them for 2+ years, 3+ years. Why? Like she says, they can put that facade. They can pretend to be whatever they're not for quite a few years. But once it's past 3-4 years, it's very hard to keep up a act in a sense.
I don't blame men for taking their time and consciously vetting the women who they are going to be.
All of you guys should be doing this.
As we can see, entrusting their sanity with. I don't blame them. Because either you're going to be, joyous in the years to come and happy and say, yes, this was the best decision I ever made. Or you're going to be maneuvering in this way. Unraveling.
And again, this is such great examples of MGTOW. Why people see shit like this. I'm never going to get married ever again. Or I will never get married because I saw what happened to him. And he's a millionaire football star. What am I going to do? I'm just a normal average guy. I'll get destroyed in court. Or I'm just going to leave and go overseas. Why? At least I have a chance of not getting destroyed over there.
It's ticking. Tick, 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 tick. And the fact that he was even saying that she's the one who is stepping out, that she's sleeping with other people in the midst of all this. She's sleeping with other people. She done took him for all the money that he got. He don't got no money. She filed for divorce and she said she want to reconcile. They got kids together. They got a whole family structure. It's just a mess. If the shoe was on the other foot and this was a woman who was acting this way and stating that her man is cheating, he done spent all the money, she can't find him, he talking about he leaving and he want to come back and all this stuff, people would be 100% on her side. There would be nothing else for them to see. They don't even need to hear the man talk.
It's true.
Where's that understanding when it's the other way around?
What understanding? They don't care. We're
You
men.
have women who will say, well, this is his fault. They're going to find a way to blame the man. Even though when you look on paper, he checked all the boxes and did all the steps that women would deem, the right things to do when getting into a relationship or being a good husband or, being there for his spouse or marrying in a certain time frame and all that. Supporting his spouse, doing all the things. But when it unravels, they still blame him. Don't make no sense.
Trust. I know the feeling. I really do. Isn't it just so crazy how marriage laws are set up for women to come into a marriage, be able to do whatever they want, spend all the money, and then just leave without any repercussions and just take all the things she can from that man? Isn't that crazy? Like, why? This hardly ever happens the other way around, but it happens to men on a overwhelmingly devastating level. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.